Well, 30 young people from PeacePlayers communities in the United States, Northern Ireland and South Africa are coming together for 10 days of basketball, leadership training and cultural exchanges in Durban. So this global exchange is a historic event, marking the first time that PeacePlayers South Africa will host participants from other PeacePlayers sites around the world. It's a fantastic opportunity for PeacePlayers South Africa to really showcase their program, the communities, history and culture at large, whilst also connecting their coaches and participants with the broader PeacePlayers movement. So to delve a little bit deeper into this significant event, we are joined by Nasiphi Khafu, the Director of Strategy and Partnerships at PeacePlayers South Africa. Nasiphi, on that note, good morning and thank you for joining us on the SABC at this hour.
Good morning, Lizelle, to you and your listeners, and I am honored to be here. Thank you for making time this morning for PeacePlayers.
Well, thank you for joining us and chatting about the initiative, because we really want to understand the vision and the mission as well, PeacePlayers, and how this global exchange aligns with those goals. Talk us through that a little bit further.
Yeah, so PeacePlayers started in 2001. Unbelievable that it's 24 years later. And we are using the power of sport, of basketball, to unite, educate, and empower youth that come from divided communities. And as you've already mentioned in your introduction, you'll notice that the countries that we are working in South Africa, in Northern Ireland, in the United States, and also in the Middle East, there's conflict that already exists or post-conflict in those countries, and we use the power of sport to unite young people together. And the global exchange that we hosted in the 24 years of we managed to host our leadership development program youth coming from the United States and Northern Ireland as well. And we were supported by the United States Department, FHI 360 Division, and also Brand to bring 30 young people for 10 days from the 18th till the 20th of July this year. The exchange just concluded. But PeacePlayers, we are not just running once-off events or exchanges. We actually have weekly co-programmings that we are running in the communities with 25 schools that are under our program, signed MOUs with these schools. And we run these programs twice a week, and then once a week they get to participate in something we call cross-community Peace League, where the youth from townships or come from suburban area, they get to visit each other, learn about each other's challenges, communities, get to celebrate each other, and also compete in the sport of basketball while they're learning their differences. And I think now with obviously the Women's Month, what's upcoming at the end of August, on 31st of August, it's our Women Girls festival, and that is in conjunction with the work that we are doing on daily basis and weekly basis here at PeacePlayers South Africa. So the global exchange was really a celebration of all the work that we are doing all year round in the 24 years, and bringing these young people to get to experience South Africa, our culture, our history, and get to see and meet their peers from across the pond that they might think they are so different, but they got to see that at the end of the day, they're all young people facing similar challenges.
I actually want to delve into that a little bit further, because it is the first time that PeacePlayers South Africa is hosting an event of this magnitude. And perhaps we could look at some of the unique aspects that go into the South African program, and in terms of the interactions between the young learners and the lessons of leadership and just understood realities comes to the fore. Well, what's unearthed on that front? I'm sure there are also challenges that come into the mix. Walk us through how that's mitigated against.
Yes, definitely. And as we all know, that the World Bank deems South Africa as the most unequal society post-apartheid. So on a daily basis, we are faced with challenges. There's high unemployment rates, there's gender-based violence, 50% of young people are dropping out of school, and over 60% of young people are unemployed in the country. So using sport as a medium to look at this complexities that we have as a country on how we can contribute through sport, how we can empower, educate young people, keep them in school. give them exposure to communities that they might not know, make them realize the potential and the opportunities that exist around them in their communities, within our program, and also around the world. How do we help them to realize that they can too be global citizens? So the weekly programs that we provide help us to do that. But I think what's really unique and inspiring with our program is the fact that people like myself, who has come from the program, I used to be a part of the leadership development program when I was in high school, coming from the Eastern Cape, and that was my first time hearing about basketball. And now to sit on the board of PeacePlayers South Africa and be the Director of Strategy and Partnerships. But beyond that, it's not just me. There is many young people at South Africa, at PeacePlayers South Africa, that are going through a similar path. I've been with the organization for 18 years. My colleagues, about 75% of our office, have been through our program, with a similar journey to mine. About 95% of our coaches come from our programs as well. So to see that full cycle of young people watching their journey as they go through our program, whether they then become a coach eventually or a fellow in another PeacePlayers site like Northern Ireland or the US, they can see the possibilities of not giving up and find courage to be more. And our programs are a split of 50-50 gender-based. We are quite conscious of that. We are very intentional. So our boys and girls, they actually practice together. Sometimes they get to compete together. Sometimes they get to compete separately. During the global exchange, actually, our 38 citywide tournament, and we use that citywide tournament to promote gender equity and social cohesion. The boys and girls are not competing in their school teams. They get mixed up and get to play. So we are quite intentional.
Nasiphi, if you can hear me, just as we wrap up, I want to look at where to from here, because you're mentioning how it is an ongoing initiative, and you yourself have been a recipient thereof and really a beneficiary thereof. Talk to us about your hopes and aspirations for the future of PeacePlayers South Africa following this historic event, and should people want to get more involved, learn more about PeacePlayers, its initiative as well. Talk us through that.
Yes, so PeacePlayers South Africa, our role is to ensure that we are creating an equitable society within South Africa, in Africa, and across the globe. So we're constantly looking for ways that we can find sustainable programs. We employ about 25 coaches, so paying coaches stipends and other things, and ways that people can support. You can visit our website at www.peaceplayers.org. You can also find us on social medias across all platforms, Instagram, Facebook, PeacePlayers_SA, to learn a little bit more. And we have the upcoming Girls Basketball Festival with 200 girls that are going to be competing. Please sign up to volunteer when the post goes up in the next week. And that's how you can stay in touch with us and our work.
Well, we're wishing you all the best of luck. Thank you for joining us and for speaking about the initiative. It's about equality, equity, inclusivity at large, and really harnessing the power of sport, creating that unity, that social cohesion and nation-building initiatives that is advocated for. As per our Constitution, Nasiphi Khafu, they're joining us from PeacePlayers and weighing in on the historic event and really where to from here as it continues to grow from strength to strength.